Alright, y'all already know the drill. New One Piece, I cover it. Let's get into it.
Okay, after an unexpected break week, One Piece is back, and I'll wait till the end of the video so I can pop off. But for now, this episode was good. This episode was so good, in fact, that your boy had a dress up for the occasion. The episode starts off with a summary of what happened last episode. Old Man Vega talking with Saturn, Kuma producing his memory bubble, the Kuma flashback memory speedrun, Kuma wishing his kid a happy birthday, she cries, Old Man Vega cries, I cried, everyone cries. Yeah, all that. And then we see Old Man Vega hunched over, and we see Bonnie coming out of Kuma's memory bubble room, nose red, cheeks red, snotty nose and everything. And after she saw everything, she begins walking towards Old Man Vega, and she hugs him and tells him she's sorry. Oh, it just warms my heart. Side note, I like how when the camera pans down, it represents her going into her kid form. Well, original form. Whatever, I like this detail. Then Old Man Vega gives Bonnie a gift on behalf of Kuma for her 10th birthday, and it's a sapphire necklace. Kinda effed up, cause a sapphire almost killed her. But hey, it looks like the sun. The sun. The sun god Nika is linked to Joy Boy, which is linked to my glorious pirate king, who has gear 5th, which means I can play this.
Even when I'm always up and shaking, I ain't never breaking. Drums of liberation sound. I won't ever stop until we make it. Rising to occasion, drums of liberation sound.
I will never stop playing the song. Anyways, speaking of my glorious pirate king, I like how Bonnie and Gear 5th Luffy were never in the same vicinity. I say that for what comes later. So, my moderators, shh. Then Old Man Vega gives Bonnie the rundown of what happened, which had me kinda confused cause what happened here was its own separate thing. Oh, no, wait. The whole Kuma backstory flashback and Bonnie experiencing it took place while Egghead was on lockdown. I'm stupid. And Old Man Vega apologizes to the Tot for being a scientist for hire. But Bonnie, with the information she knows now, says,
違う。悪いのは全部。こいつだ。
Now we are back to present day Egghead. Nothing changed really. Saturn's still holding Bonnie, the Marines are still up in pole, our allies are still stuck in place, and my glorious pirate king is starving. Somebody please feed him! Also, Sessamar got captured and Kizaru is depressed. Sad. Then this big schnoz-ass nigga Saturn tells Bonnie that her father is dead. Then we get to see around the world as the people of the One Piece world are calling my glorious pirate king a thug. Then we get to see Morley, hey! I like Morley. I like him a lot. Then we see Dragon, and he asks Eva what will Kuma do since he's running off of pure instinct. And Eva says,
私なら迷わず森以上へ突っ込むけど。クマは違うわ。
Oh, you have no idea. Then we cut back to Egghead, and Saturn begins to taunt Bonnie, but then the kid busts out the gate saying,
ふざけるな。殺されるくらいなら。お前よ。
She really thinks she's Meg, and she goes into pummel Saturn with a giant fist, and... Huh. Well, but hey, when that fist was coming, Saturn looked like he was gonna hit himself. But after some exposition and maybe probably lore, we cut to my glorious pirate king eating? Who the hell got him all that food? DoorDash? Postmates? Uber Eats? Damn, it's almost like someone had to move faster than the speed of light to give him that food. Oh, hi, Kizaru. Best Admiral. Fight me on it. Then Bonnie starts questioning why her powers don't work. And Saturn says,
ムニ、その能力は私が与えたのだ。
And we'll learn about that right after I play this. Yo. If you like what you're watching and you want to see more of it, hit like and subscribe. Alright, I'm done. Now back to the video. Anyways, it's time for lore. You see, Saint Saturn here is somewhat of a scientist himself, and he does experiments. And one of those experiments were to see if they could give a baby a devil fruit power, since they can't eat solid fruit.
The age-age fruit is what they call it. It was an obvious success, but the fruit itself is worthless. It has the ability to let you turn into any future version of yourself. As the more you know about the real world, the window for your potential shortens. You want to believe that your god is real, don't you?
He is real. Ever since you goons turned my dad into a cyborg to serve you, I've been searching for him, hoping he'll be able to free my father.
Your powers waning is proof that you're starting to believe that Nika isn't real. Your father also believed in that ridiculous book in your legend, and he said to me, "We want to save people just like Nika did." And it was also I who did those experimentations on that mother of yours, who was the 8th wife of someone from the Holy Land.
Hold up, pause, stop there. When Saturn first said this in the manga, I was, for lack of better words, disgusted. But where I am in the manga, this hits different now, because a bunch of theories began to flow into my mind brain. I'm not gonna say any of them because, as spoilers! But my manga readers know what I'm talking about. But anyways, back to the scum.
But those bothersome blue blemishes came back up again, so it was yet another failure. It didn't go well, but it was fascinating that the disease was inherited by her child.
So it was all you?
Your experiment? It was your experiment! Kuma's family was tormented by sapphire scales. He sacrificed himself for it. How could you give him an offer as if you were doing him a favor?
Well, hear me out. Put yourself in my shoes. Would you yourself be bothered by the feelings of mere insects? It's inconceivable.
Damn, I'm kinda like that. But anyways, things aren't looking great. Bonnie is crying, and St. Saturn is being a prick, and it looks like no one is there to stop him. But wait, look who's aiming to the sky! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Kuma! And has pulled up with the rage of Kratos and Ashura combined as he has made landfall on Egghead and starts shooting at Marine fodder left and right. And everyone is surprised. But my guy Kuma is running off of pure instinct and fatherly hockey. Nothing can stop him. Explosions, cannonballs, gunfire, more explosions, but he still keeps pushing forward. But Bonnie in her mind brain begins to doubt herself and her self-worth, and then she says,
私もこのまま死んだ方が楽かもしれない
But Kuma, hearing the sounds of his daughter in distress, finally locks in and pushes past all obstacles in his way. Then Saturn gets fed up of all of Bonnie's crying and asks for her execution. And as she is crying and everyone is pleading, Kuma finally locks onto his target, lets the shots fly, deftly killing some marine fodder. So much for being a pacifist. And Saturn throwing Bonnie towards the ground, and he goes in to stab her, and then everything goes gray. And it's revealed to be Bartholomew Kuma protecting his daughter once again, and that so-called Saint Saturn is the most surprised that he's ever been in his life. So he goes in to stab Kuma again, but Kuma catches his leg, and this shot right here is the contender for like 4th or 5th hardest shot of the episode. And as Bonnie is crying and Saint Saturn is questioning everything that he has ever known, Kuma clenches his fist and all the prominent moments of his life begin flashing before his eyes. And now, it's time for him to show it, to be heroic, and to save his baby girl from this hell. A punch packed with not only hockey, but with the years of torment, trauma, sadness, rage, and the will of a father. He plants his feet, he grits his teeth, and he eats that heart! Oh yeah, knock that demon straight back to the depths of hell! This is why I thank God for making me a One Piece fan. For stuff like this. This is why I love this show! You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations! Now like and subscribe for more content that you didn't ask for. Bye.